William Smith Clark spent just 8 months in Japan. But the change he wrought was enormous. On the day of his departure in April 1877, the students and faculty accompanied him on horseback for about 13 miles. At the village of Shimamatsu, he took his leave. His parting words to them before he spurred his horse: "Boys, be ambitious." The phrase is now legendary in Japan. Today, the Sapporo Agricultural College is known as the University of Hokkaido. Clark's visage overlooks Hokkaido from several statues, including a particularly striking one atop Hitsujigaoka Observation Hill outside Sapporo. Elementary school books across the country contain his picture and a brief story of his life. Back in Massachusetts, he is virtually forgotten. The Massachusetts Agriculture College eventually became the University of Massachusetts, but the institution was all too eager to forget its cow college origins. Only relatively recently has there been an effort to remember Clark. In 1991, a handsome rock garden, the William Smith Clark Memorial, was built on the former site of Clark's house at UMass. Plaques containing information on different aspects of Clark's life are scattered across the site, and visitors must follow brick trails to seek them out. It is beautifully done. But it is far on the outskirts of campus and entirely modest. Driving by, it seems to simply be a bit of unusual landscaping. Oddly fitting in a way. A figure larger than life in Japan is interpreted as simply a part of the landscape in Massachusetts. Such is the legacy of William Smith Clark. Despite the fact that Clark's revolutionary college was coming under fire and in jeopardy, individuals nearly 7,000 miles away in Japan heard of Clark's work and were seriously impressed. Japan at that time was going through a metamorphosis. The Meiji Restoration in 1867 saw the overthrow of the feudal samurai government and the installation of a new emperor, young Meiji. His new government saw that the only way to survive in the face of threats from the West was immediate modernization. To accomplish this, the Japanese government brought in the Oyatoi Gakokujin, or hired foreigners, Western scholars, scientists and soldiers who would help the nation transform itself into a modern, capitalist power. A staggering task, yet brilliantly successful. Clark was one of these experts. In 1876, Clark was hired by the Japanese government to establish the Sapporo Agricultural College on the island of Hokkaido, the northern frontier of Japan at the time. The governor of Hokkaido, Kuroda Kiyotaka, recognized that advanced agriculture would be crucial to the sustainability of a modern power. He therefore gave Clark wide latitude in the creation of the college and the implementation of broad government programs that would transform the island of Hokkaido. Thrilled with the support he was receiving, and relieved to be free of cynical Massachusetts journalists, Clark wrote his wife, "Governor Kuroda consults me constantly, and always follows my advice. I tremble to think how much confidence is reposed in me, and what responsibilities I am daily assuming." Perhaps more important than the respect he received from the Japanese government, Clark earned tremendous respect from his Japanese students. They called him Clark Sensei. His message of ambition, self-improvement and enlightenment may have seemed tired in Massachusetts, but to the youth of Japan, his philosophies were world-shattering. These boys had been born into a feudal society, bound by rigid systems of title and royalty. But now, here was a mentor introducing the notion that they could make anything of their lives. They could set goals, reach as far as they wished, and change their country. Clark told them, during the opening ceremonies of the college. This wonderful emancipation from the tyranny of caste and custom, which in ages past has enveloped like a dark cloud the nations of the East, should awaken a lofty ambition in the breast of every student to whom an education is offered. Let every one of you young gentlemen strive to prepare himself for the highest positions of labor and trust and consequent honor in your native land, which greatly needs your most faithful and efficient service. The Botanic Garden of Hokkaido University opened in 1886, occupies 13.3 hectares in the heart of Sapporo City and is a 10-minute walk from Sapporo Station. The garden includes remnants of natural woodlands with old growth trees of Japanese elm, showing the original landscape of Sapporo before urban development. It is home to a collection of around 4,000 plant taxa, with a focus on alpine and cool temperate plants in Hokkaido and neighboring areas. The garden offers beautiful botanical sites year-round, and highlights include enchanting spring ephemeral wildflowers, Japanese cherry blossoms or sakura, and autumn leaves. Additionally, the museum built in 1882 exhibits old natural history specimens and items related to the colonization of Hokkaido, and the Northern Peoples Museum displays artifacts describing the culture of people indigenous to Hokkaido. The Botanic Garden is a facility of Hokkaido University for botanical research and education, and also is open to the public, contributing to public education and recreation.